They don't put it in words. They don't spell it out. But when a cat decides you're their true favorite human, the signs are undeniable, if you know how to read them. Most people miss the signals, brushing them off as quirks, random habits, or coincidence. But hidden inside every stare, every touch, every sound are codes passed down through thousands of years, reserved only for the one they trust most. And here's the truth. Cats don't waste loyalty. They test you. They weigh your presence. And when you pass, when you prove yourself worthy, they reveal it in 6 powerful ways that most humans never notice. Each one is a message written in silence, each one a badge of belonging. Stay until the end, because the last sign is the one they never fake, the one that seals the bond forever. Miss it, and you'll never understand how deep the connection really runs. Capisce? The Catfather is about to reveal the 6 codes of devotion, starting with the first, a ritual hidden in the dark. When the world falls silent and you sink into sleep, your cat begins a ritual most humans never witness. Eyes glowing faintly in the shadows, body still as stone, they position themselves near you, not to beg for food, not to stir mischief, but to watch. With vision 6 times sharper than yours in low light, every breath you take becomes data, the rise of your chest, the subtle shifts of your body, the rhythm of your rest. To them, you are not just another presence in the room, you are their mission. Cats don't waste their vigilance on anyone. They only guard what matters most, and if your cat spends the night on sentry duty beside you, it's because you've earned a place beyond routine care. You've become family, the center of their territory, the one worth protecting when the world grows dangerous. This is trust transformed into guardianship, affection sharpened into loyalty, but watching is only the beginning. The true test of favoritism comes when they break their silence and reach out, choosing to touch you in the dark, and that's the second sign. Not every gesture is random. When the house is wrapped in silence and dreams pull you into the depths, your cat makes a move that most dismiss as annoyance. The paw on your cheek, the soft press of claws barely unsheathed against your skin, the unexpected weight across your chest. But make no mistake, this is no accident, and it's not begging. It is ritual. It is intimacy. It is one of the most sacred signals your cat will ever give. Cats are predators, hunters forged by deserts and shadows, and predators rarely expose themselves unnecessarily. Vulnerability is danger. To approach a sleeping human, to bridge the gap between their world and yours while you are defenseless, is a decision rooted in trust, deeper than words. They are not disturbing you, they are testing the bond. The midnight touch is a checkpoint, a moment when your cat reassures themselves that you are still there, still breathing, still part of their world. With pads packed with thousands of touch receptors, their paws are not only tools of balance and prey, but instruments of perception. That single contact can read warmth, pulse, and tension with startling precision. In one gesture, they know if you are calm, anxious, restless, or unwell. And when they confirm your condition, when the touch tells them all is safe, they melt back into the dark, resuming their vigil. But this gesture carries even more weight than biology. It is symbolic. Cats do not offer their touch freely. To extend a paw is to breach their invisible shield, to grant you access into the circle most humans never enter. For some, the midnight touch happens rarely, a gift given once in months. For the chosen, it becomes ritual. Night after night, a silent tap that says, "You are mine. You are trusted. You are favored." The Catfather explains it like this. If they're auditing your pulse at 3 a.m., it's not harassment, it's loyalty, written in the oldest language cats know. And notice where they touch, the cheek, the neck, the hand. These are not random points. They are the same pulse points predators in the wild learn to target: arteries, rich with information, warmth radiating like signal flares. But in your bed, those same instincts are not sharpened into weapons. They are softened into reassurance. What once was a kill zone becomes a care zone, a hunter's reflex transformed into a guardian's ritual. They could strike. Instead, they check. And that choice tells you everything. You are not prey. You are not stranger. You are family. Many owners misinterpret this behavior, brushing it aside as hunger cues, demands for play, or sheer inconvenience. But look deeper and the pattern reveals the truth. These touches align with your transitions through the night, the fragile moments when REM takes hold, when your breathing grows irregular, when your muscles slacken, and your body appears vulnerable. To a cat, transitions are danger points, and so they intervene. A paw pressed against your cheek when you twitch in sleep is not a nuisance. It is an act of vigilance, a pulse check disguised as affection, a biological audit hidden in the cloak of intimacy. And sometimes it is not just a paw, it is weight, the curl of a body across your chest, the pressure of fur pressed into your ribs, the sensation of being pinned lightly beneath a guardian you thought was asleep. That weight is more than comfort. Studies confirm that the pressure mimics the soothing effects of a weighted blanket, lowering stress hormones, releasing oxytocin, and easing anxiety. But your cat doesn't need studies. They do it because instinct tells them the bond must be reinforced, that your body needs the reminder of presence, that their loyalty is a shield wrapped in silence and fur. They don't announce it. They deliver it, night after night, until you stop questioning why you sleep better with them nearby. And when illness creeps in, when fevers rise or breathing falters, the midnight touch intensifies. Countless owners report that their cats become clingy, insistent, unwilling to leave the bedside during times of sickness or stress. What looks like coincidence is vigilance amplified. They sense what you do not, catching shifts in body chemistry long before you notice. Their touch becomes more frequent, their presence more demanding, their gaze unyielding. They are not asking for food. They are guarding the weakest point of your life cycle, the moment when illness could strike hardest, when danger could slip through unnoticed. In those moments, the paw on your cheek is not just contact, it is oath. The Catfather says it clearly. When they tap your face while you burn with fever, that is not pestering. That is the oath of family being enforced in silence. Understand this. Cats will not grant this privilege to everyone. Strangers never receive the midnight touch. Casual caretakers rarely do. Only those who have passed the tests of respect, silence, and ritual are chosen. If your cat touches you in the dark, if they lay their paw upon your skin when the world is most silent, you have been elevated. You are no longer background noise in their territory. You are the axis. You are the chosen. The paw is only the surface. Touch is intimacy. Yes, but the real depth of favoritism is revealed in the sound they produce when that paw presses down. Because if your cat not only touches you but also unleashes the one vibration designed to heal and to bond, then you've entered the inner sanctum of loyalty. That sound is ancient, therapeutic, and never wasted. And it is the third way cats reveal their true favorite human. You think a purr is just a purr, the soft rumble every cat makes when they're content. But you're wrong. Not all purrs are created equal, and not all are given freely. Cats wield their purr like a key, unlocking connection where it is deserved, withholding it where it is not. To strangers, to acquaintances, they may give the shallow hum of tolerance. But to their chosen human, the one they've marked as family, they release the deep resonant purr that vibrates not only through fur but through bone, through the air, into your chest like a second heartbeat. That sound is not decoration, it is devotion. Biologists have measured it. The frequency of a cat's purr usually lands between 25 and 50 Hz, a range proven to lower cortisol, calm the nervous system, reduce blood pressure, even stimulate healing in bones and tissue. That's right, your cat is capable of sound therapy. But here's the secret they never tell you: they don't do it for everyone. They calibrate it, they direct it, they increase amplitude when you are stressed, shift frequency when you are sick, lower the tone when they want you to sleep. Their body is an instrument, and you are the audience they have chosen to play for. The Catfather says it clear: every purr is a performance, and the best shows are invitation only. Listen closely. When the purr deepens as they curl against your chest, when it grows louder as you toss restlessly in bed, when it rises in volume after you've cried, or when illness makes your body weak, this is not coincidence. This is intervention. Your cat is choosing to soothe you with their most ancient gift. Other humans may feed them, may house them, may stroke their fur, but only one human receives the purr meant as medicine. That human is the favorite. That human is you. Notice too the timing. They rarely purr during chaos, rarely purr for noise. They save it for silence, for nights when the house grows still, for moments when you're most vulnerable. They purr while pressed against your ribs, syncing their vibration with the rhythm of your breath. They purr at your side when you collapse after long days, anchoring you back into calm. They purr when your body betrays you with fever, or when sadness clouds your eyes. These are not random acts. They are deliberate calibrations of loyalty. A cat is telling you without words, I see you, I feel you, and I will heal you in the only way I know how. And here's something even stranger. Cats can weaponize silence too. If you're their chosen one and suddenly the purr disappears, it's not indifference. It's message. It's test. They withhold their healing when they sense betrayal, when you've broken codes, when distance needs to be taught. Silence becomes punishment. And when the silence finally breaks, when the purr returns, it is not casual. It is reconciliation, forgiveness written in vibration. Most humans miss this shift. The chosen feel it like thunder. Understand this: cats are predators, yes, but they are also healers. They learned over millennia that vibration soothes not only themselves, but those they allow into their circle. That's why nursing queens purr to their kittens, a sound that calms, that bonds, that tells them you are safe. When your cat purrs against you, especially when no food, no petting, no obvious reward is involved, they are treating you as one of their own offspring, part of their bloodline, their inner circle. The purr is not just affection, it is adoption, and it grows deeper with time. New bonds may get shallow hums. Old bonds, tested and proven, get purrs that rattle like engines, filling entire rooms with sound. And when that vibration is synced with your heartbeat, when your breath falls into rhythm with theirs, you've crossed into the deepest territory of feline loyalty. No gift is greater, no signal clearer. This is their confession, spoken in a language older than words. You are mine, I have chosen you, and I will not let you fall. But devotion is not only sound. The next sign is written in their body itself, in the strange, unexplainable ways they twist their routines, break their instincts, and realign their rhythms to match yours. That is the fourth signal of favoritism, and once you see it, you'll understand how far your cat will go to prove you are their true human. Cats are creatures of rhythm, born hunters of dawn and dusk. Their natural cycles are written in the bones of their ancestors. Wake at twilight, stalk through shadows, rest in intervals, repeat. The wild still pulses inside every house cat, whispering that survival depends on many short cycles of rest and watch, that the hunt begins not when humans rise, but when the horizon bleeds with sun. And yet when a cat chooses you as their favorite human, something astonishing happens. They bend that rhythm. They break their own instincts. They rewrite their schedule around yours. Think about it. The average cat sleeps 12 to 16 hours a day, scattered in dozens of naps. They don't need to match your 7 or 8 hour block of human sleep. They don't need to follow your work schedule. But when you look closer, when you measure their activity against yours, the pattern emerges. They rest when you rest. They stir when you stir. They wait when you're gone, and they reappear when you return. It's not laziness, it's alignment. Your life has become their metronome. This adaptation doesn't happen for everyone. Cats in multi-person households often align with one individual more than others. Studies have confirmed it. House cats alter their circadian cycles, even partially syncing their melatonin release to shadow the routines of their chosen human. In other words, their biology literally shifts because you matter. That is not habit. That is devotion carved into biology. Look closer at the small signs. When you stay up later than usual, does your cat resist sleep to remain awake with you? When you wake at dawn, do they appear instantly, as if pulled by your alarm clock? When illness forces you to stay in bed longer, do they linger too, breaking their usual patrols? Each adjustment is evidence of loyalty. Each broken instinct is proof that you are more important than the wild code written into their DNA. And here's the detail most miss. Alignment is costly. By compressing their naps into tighter cycles, by bending their crepuscular rhythm into your diurnal one, cats sacrifice efficiency. They become less in tune with their primal hunting schedule, and yet they accept this cost. Why? Because their loyalty demands it. They would rather weaken their survival rhythm than leave you unguarded or unaccompanied. This is not convenience. It is devotion. The Catfather puts it this way: a soldier marches not to his own drum, but to the drum of the leader he has chosen. When your cat shifts their rhythm, you are that leader. You are their chosen. And the march is no longer instinct. It is loyalty. And still the shift runs deeper. Studies tracking heart rate variability between cats and owners reveal something more: physiological coupling. Your heartbeat slows, theirs steadies. Your breathing deepens, theirs sinks. Sleep studies in Sweden found that humans and cats sleeping in the same bed unconsciously align their breathing patterns, creating a mirrored cadence of trust. This isn't just adaptation, it is biological harmony. You breathe, they breathe. You calm, they calm. Two rhythms merged into one. But the most powerful proof lies not in sleep, but in absence. Notice what happens when you leave. The favorite human departs, and the cat does not return to wild rhythm. They wait. Hours may pass. Windows may dim and brighten. Meals may be served, but their eyes remain on the door. The rhythm does not resume until you return, as if their clock itself has paused. That waiting, that suspension of instinct, is trust in its purest form. For predators built on efficiency, delay is weakness, and yet for you, they accept weakness. So if you've seen it, if you've noticed your cat shadowing your schedule, abandoning their wild rhythm to mirror your own, then you already know the truth. You are not just owner, you are anchor. And anchors don't drift, they hold everything in place. But rhythm is only one side of the code. The next sign is physical, undeniable, and impossible to fake, because when a cat shows their belly, the most vulnerable part of their body, it's not random, it's not play, it's confession, and that is the fifth way they reveal their favorite human. Predators don't show weakness. In the wild, exposing the underbelly means death. It is the softest terrain of the body, where vital organs lie unprotected, where one strike ends everything. That's why wolves never roll in front of rivals, why lions guard their torsos with teeth and claws. Vulnerability is invitation to slaughter. And yet, inside your home, your cat flips the law of the wild upside down. They stretch across the floor, roll to one side and reveal the forbidden zone, the belly. To most it looks playful. To the chosen, it is something greater. It is confession. Understand this: cats don't offer their belly to everyone. They may sprawl in sunlight or lounge in comfort, yes, but the deliberate act of rolling toward you, eyes half-lidded, paws curled like question marks, body open and defenseless, that is ritual. That is loyalty. That is them saying, I trust you with my life. But here lies the paradox. The belly show is not always an invitation to touch. It is test. Many humans fail it. diving in with greedy hands, scratching fur, invading a sacred gesture. The claws flash, the bite lands, and the human recoils, confused. But the mistake was never the cat's. The mistake was yours. The exposed belly is less about access and more about message. They're not asking for petting. They're showing you the ultimate secret. I am vulnerable in your presence and I believe I am safe. Respect it, and the bond deepens. Violate it and trust fractures. The Catfather explains it simply. When a soldier drops his weapon at your feet, you don't mock him. You don't attack. You honor the surrender. That is what the belly means. It is a weapon dropped, an instinct silenced, a law broken in your favor, and it is never casual. Look at the details. Do they roll toward you, not away? Do they hold your gaze as they expose their chest, their stomach, their throat? Do they stretch their paws lazily, curling them as if writing your name in air? Each micro-gesture is another seal on the contract. They are telling you that no matter what instinct screams, loyalty is louder, and if they fall asleep in this position while you remain nearby, the message is carved deeper still. Sleep is vulnerability doubled. A cat sleeping belly up in your presence is not just saying they trust you, they are declaring you sanctuary. Even science confirms it. Behavioral researchers note that cats reserve belly displays primarily for bonded humans, rarely for strangers. Thermal imaging shows they expose the stomach to regulate heat only in environments where they feel utterly secure, and the highest percentage of belly rolls appear in contexts of play and trust building, not random lounging. The data says what instinct already knew. The belly is not accident. It is deliberate. But here's where it becomes holy. When kittens are born, mothers expose their bellies only while nursing, inviting them to the most vital part of their body, the source of life. The gesture is ancient, encoded in generations, passed into instinct. So when your adult cat shows you the same vulnerability, they are not mimicking play. They are reverting to origin, folding you into the circle of family as if you were kin, blood, offspring, parent, and partner all at once. And yet most miss it. They laugh, they invade, they misinterpret. They scratch the stomach until claws come flashing, and then they call the cat moody, fickle, ungrateful. They fail the test, not realizing it was a test to begin with. Only those who respect the gesture, who nod in silence and allow the belly to remain untouched, prove they understand. Those who prove they understand rise in the hierarchy. They become not just caretakers but confidants. So the next time your cat stretches onto their back in your presence, do not rush in. Do not assume permission. Understand what you've been given. You've been handed trust older than bloodlines, a secret reserved for the chosen. Respect it, and you will see it again. Break it, and you may never see it again. But even the belly is not the final confession. There is one gesture rarer still, one that goes beyond sight, beyond sound, beyond touch. It is the moment when your cat breaks their silence and speaks directly to you, not with words but with the softest sound in their arsenal. That is the sixth and ultimate sign, and once you recognize it, there will be no doubt left. You are their true favorite human. Most people think a meow is just noise, a cry for food, a demand for attention, the ordinary soundtrack of living with a cat. But the truth is darker, deeper, older. Cats rarely speak to each other with meows. Among themselves, they live in silence, relying on gaze, tail flicks, and subtle movement. The meow was not made for cats. It was forged for us, a language invented by predators to bridge the gap between their world and ours. And within that language lies a code reserved only for the chosen. Whispers of devotion so subtle that only a favorite human will ever hear them. Listen closely. Not every meow is the same. Acoustic studies show that cats shift pitch, length, and volume depending on intent. A sharp, high meow signals urgency. A long, drawn-out tone asks for presence. But then there is the rare sound, the soft meow lowered to a hush, a whisper pitched between 300 and 600 hertz, often given in the dead of night. It isn't loud enough to wake the whole house. It isn't urgent enough to demand anything. It is meant for you and you alone. This is not request, it is reassurance, a coded signal that says, I'm here, you are mine. Sleep without fear, and sometimes it is even quieter still. The open-mouth meow with no audible sound, the silent call. To human ears it's nothing, but research suggests these voiceless signals often push into ultrasonic ranges, detectable by other cats, but left hanging in the air as ghostly messages for us. And when they pair that silent meow with direct eye contact, when their mouth opens as if speaking yet no sound escapes, the message is clearer than words. I trust you enough to speak without sound. Silence as language, silence as confession. The purr too transforms under this code. Not the casual hum of comfort, but a purr aimed, intentional, rising in volume as you stir, lowering as you settle. When they crawl across your chest and begin to purr with precision, matching your breathing, synchronizing with your heart, they are not seeking attention. They are reinforcing bond. They are ensuring you understand, you are the one I've chosen. Cats don't waste this synchronization on anyone. They calibrate it, tailoring their soundscape around your physiology, bending their biology to match yours. And then comes the rarest sound of all, the murmur, a hybrid between meow and purr, a broken vibration often mistaken for gibberish. Owners who have heard it describe it as a mutter, a half-growl, half-purr, soft and strange, but researchers suggest it appears most often in interactions with bonded humans, rarely with strangers, rarely with others. This is the secret language of devotion, a sound buried between categories, used not for survival but for intimacy. It is, in essence, the whisper of belonging. When you hear it, don't dismiss it, don't laugh it off as quirk. Understand what it is, the sixth and final proof that you are the chosen one. Cats don't waste breath on the unworthy. If your cat whispers in meows softer than silence, if they shape sound into codes reserved only for you, then you are not just caretaker, you are not just companion, you are family carved into instinct, written into blood, and so the circle closes. 6 ways, 6 proofs, 6 confessions that pierce the silence of their world and bleed into yours. They watch when others sleep, they touch when others vanish, they purr in frequencies tuned to your bones, they shift their rhythm to shadow your life, they expose their belly in ultimate surrender, and they whisper, in sounds older than speech, the truth only you are meant to hear. You are their favorite human. But here lies the final test. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you dismiss it as coincidence, or will you honor the codes, respect the rituals, and guard the trust that has been placed in your hands? Because trust once broken is almost impossible to rebuild, and devotion this pure is rare beyond measure. The Catfather warns you, loyalty like this is sacred. Protect it, or watch it dissolve into silence. And if you think these 6 signs are astonishing, wait until you uncover the hidden mistakes that can shatter that bond without you ever realizing it. Because in the next revelation, the Catfather will expose the everyday sins that quietly break your cat's trust, and once you hear them, you'll never act the same way again.